Hi, y'all. My name is Cameron, and welcome to the Brown Care Collective's 5-Day Gratitude Challenge. We created this challenge just at the start of holiday season, even though you're welcome to join us at any time of the year, because we find that a lot of the times our community, ourselves included, can be on autopilot, right? We're constantly on go, go, go mode, and there's always something expected of us, especially during the holiday season. We might be dealing with traveling, family members, figuring out logistics, figuring out finances to make sure that we can support the lifestyle that we want to be having around the season. And there are just so many compounded pressures. Gratitude and having a strong gratitude practice can be a protective factor. It can be a way that we counteract some of the chaos and stress and just hectic season that we might find ourselves in. So wherever you find yourself in this season, this gratitude practice is here for you. Even and especially during moments of calm, that could be a great opportunities to really build awareness of the things that bring us joy, right? And the things that we're grateful for. For today's gratitude challenge, we're going to be focusing on the idea of rest and why rest is so important. And then I'm going to guide us into one really juicy restorative yoga posture that I love to do whenever I need a quick little mental reset. A lot of the times we have this ideology that rest is something that's supposed to be earned, that we have to work really, really hard until we give ourselves that permission to rest. A lot of the times we think of the idea of rest as a privilege. I think especially people of the global majority, a lot of the times our ancestors um, didn't have the luxury of rest or felt that rest was a luxury because of how they were exploited, because of colonialism and colonization and how that impacted our ancestral lineage. And some of us still have that energy and that resistance with rest that shows up in our bloodline. That on top of cultural conditioning, which tells us that if we're slowing down, if we're not constantly doing something, if we don't have an endless to-do list, if we're not constantly on go, then something is wrong with us. Also, really creates this stigma around the idea of rest. So even when we are slow and are intentional about slowing down, our mind is still going with all of the should thinking, right? So our rest doesn't even feel like rest. When we're actually able to relax the central nervous system and the vagus nerve and drop into the body, rest can be really healing for the body on a cellular level. It can allow us to make better decisions. It can allow our muscles and our ligaments and our body to really be able to reset. This is great for our athletes or people who are constantly on go and constantly moving around or might deal with soreness or aches and pains in our body. Giving ourselves more permission to rest can be healing on a cellular level, right? Our body on so many levels already knows what it needs. It just needs you to give it permission to do that. One of the ways that we give our body permission to do what it already knows how to do is just by slowing down so that we can drop in and notice what's showing up. So, for today's gratitude challenge, I really want you to think about what is one area of your life that you could soften, where we don't have to be so go, 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 right? Where we can give ourselves permission to rest, just one area of your life. And then what's one action step that you can take so that you are actually softening and moving towards softening in that one area? Yeah. I invite you to really consider that, maybe even get pen to paper and write down some thoughts. In the meantime, I want to guide you into one of my favorite restorative yoga postures, especially when I need a little bit of a reset. Okay, so for this yoga posture, I like to have a couple of blocks, which I'm going to place just kind of on the sides of my mat, actually, at the highest setting. And then I like to have a bolster. So this is what a bolster looks like. If you don't have a bolster, that's totally okay. You don't have to have one. There are options. If you even have a couple of like big pillows, that could be really nice too. Some couch cushions, if you're able to grab those. So I don't want you to feel like you have to have all of the yoga props for it to be yoga. No. Yoga is just about union and being present in your body, which is what we're about to do right now. So I'm going to take this yoga bolster and I'm going to bring it right underneath my knees, like so. If you have a blanket, oof, I love a good blanket, especially for a restorative yoga class. And yo, bonus points if you have like an eye mask a weighted eye mask. That way you can have the full sensory experience of just dropping into your body. Okay. So bolsters underneath my knees. If you don't have a bolster, you prefer to use blocks, you could always put blocks underneath your knees as well. All right, a blanket because I like to be cozy. And then I'm going to lie all the way back onto my mat. All right, nice and easy, just coming into a supported savasana here. So supported because we're using that bolster, the blocks underneath our knees. I find that when I use that bolster underneath my knees, it actually allows my low back to soften. So when I ask that question, what's one area of your body that you can soften? If your answer was your low back, then maybe this supported savasana would be helpful for you. All right, just taking a full inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, let something go. Inhale through the nose. Next exhale, close your eyes. Drop into your body. Allow your body to go limp here. So letting go of any effort, any tension, just allowing the body to be as relaxed as possible. Good, and I just want you to take a moment and imagine that you could take a 360-degree view of your internal body, your internal landscape. What would you notice? What stands out to you? What might you be curious about? Is it the quality of your breathing? Is it any areas of tightness, constriction, tension? Any pain points or aches in the body? Is it your thoughts and the quality of your thoughts? Not judging anything as good or bad, right or wrong. Just noticing and building an awareness. Good. On your next inhale, maybe start to widen your attention outside of what you were just focusing on. And see if there's anything else that stands out to you. Anything else that you notice here. Take a deep inhale. On your next exhale, allowing yourself to soften and surrender into your mat or the floor even more. Letting go of any resistance. Allowing ourselves to just be. All right, my friends, I invite you to stay in this posture for at least another 3 minutes. It feels so good. It's so good for you. And when you're ready to come out, you'll move nice and slow. Good. I'm going to hang out here for the next few minutes because it feels good in my body. Thank you for flowing with me. We can't wait to see you for day 2 of this gratitude challenge. Namaste.